Are you the total package? When you think about this, we salespeople can sometimes be our worst enemy. We know where we're good, we know where we need to work, and sometimes we worry too much that the parts of our business that are not our strong suit are what define us. That's just not true. I recently read the autobiography Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen, and it's a pretty amazing read. It's extraordinary to think of just how long he and his band toiled away at trying to be successful. Years and years of basically being penniless and underappreciated. And what made it extraordinary is just to see the lengths to which some people are willing to go to achieve their dream. And yeah, so I mean, like a lot of these other stories, he flailed away and struggled and finally broke through. And then, you know, what can you say? Musical icon, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And so his story in that way wasn't a whole lot different than what you've read about several other rock stars, business stars, movie stars, you name it. Where I found his story to be interesting was in a quote that he talks about in the book, looking back on what you would think would be something pretty easy, but was certainly not for him. So I'm quoting Bruce Springsteen, in which he says, about my voice. First of all, I don't have much of one. I have a barman's power, range, and durability, but I don't have a lot of tonal beauty or finesse. 5 sets a night, no problem. 3.5 full-on hours, can do. Need for warm-up, light to none. My voice gets the job done, but it's a journeyman's instrument, and on its own, it's never going to take you to higher ground. I need all of my skills to get by and to communicate deeply. For me to sell you what you're buying, I've got to write, arrange, play, perform, and yes, sing to the best of my ability. I'm a sum of all my parts. I learned early this is not something to fret about. Every performer has his or her weak link. Part of getting there is knowing what to do with what you have and knowing what to do with what you don't have. As Clint Eastwood said, a man's got to know his limitations, then forget about them and walk on. Man, the more you think about this, you say, geez, you know, how could you be the lead singer of a rock and roll band when your biggest weakness is singing? It's kind of like a salesperson saying, I'm going to be a top producer even though I'm uncomfortable meeting people and prospecting. But let's think about that. Do you really have to be the best at every attribute of your profession in order to be the best at your profession? See, I don't think so. And what I mean by that is, let's take an example of a salesperson who isn't that life of the party personality when they walk in, and they're not a prodigious marketer. But maybe what they've got going for them is an extraordinary knowledge of their product, their service, their industry, and what they're selling. Maybe they're the greatest communicator you've ever seen, and their ability and willingness to follow up is unlike anything you've ever witnessed. Maybe they make their clients feel cared for every step of the way. Maybe they've got MacGyver-like problem-solving skills, and at the end of the day, they deliver an extraordinary client experience every time. You see, I think someone with those skills, when you package that together, that's someone who could be very successful. And oh, by the way, the couple things that may be weaknesses of this salesperson may be able to be something we help them with by helping set up a marketing strategy that can be done outside the bounds of their own personal day-to-day efforts. And we can set that up and put it on autoplay for them. Maybe we can put them in positions to meet more people and help them conversationally. Right? So we don't have to have it all to be it all. Folks, we control our packaging. Let's go.